right to it, everybody. Let's get on with the Thursday edition here. Harmonic Pattern Podcast number 307. What's going on? Great to see everybody. Let's jump right to it. Let's just talk quickly about Bitcoin and a couple of oversold harmonic patterns. Yes, markets are still down. Meta getting knocked today, but looking for some triggers, looking for some oversold signals down here. We've got some patterns. Here's Bitcoin right there, trying to stabilize at this 60K. Remember, both patterns are there. What do we need? We need some oversold triggers to validate those structures. That's how it goes. Great to see everybody. What's going on? David, Paris, LC, Justin, Stephanie, Swooping Hawk, Tuckafu, AA, Ron, everyone else. Great to see you. Folks, I'd love to say get over to harmonictrader.com, but apparently there's a problem right now. So I won't. There's an issue over there. So with logging in at the moment. Maybe I'll come back to that in a second. But do get to Harmonic Trader when you can. Get the free 2-week trial. Everyone can send your username to TradingView to HPC at sr-analyst.com. Ms. Stephanie, please get on the phone to those people. Thank you. I'm serious. Like, I need that removed immediately. Thank you. Let's go. Let me jump over to Bitcoin. Look, folks, we said all along we were going to be between 61 and 72 or so with this consolidation range. We need to see some oversold readings, and that's what's happening right now. Literally jumped into this last 4-minute bar, this latest 4-minute bar, about 28 minutes ago, and we're coming out. What is that? That's an oversold HSI reading. So, okay, Harmonic Strength Index got a lot of air taken out of the tires here just in the last 2 days, and now you're pivoting out. The thing that is interesting, and again, it's important that we start differentiating. If you're not looking at RSI or amplified on our platform, we want to be looking at those M and W formations. That's a W formation, complex reading. So no matter what, even with this 4-hour oversold trigger, we're still probably just in a reactive state. And we need to have, just frame it out like here, where the last 4-hour bar that low, that's your immediate current support at 62,776 for Bitcoin. Top end around 66,567. 67. I was looking at this. I think still the weekly time frame on Bitcoin is the big deal. We're looking at what's going to happen because we are oversold again on the weekly reading. That's amazing. That's really, if you're looking for Bitcoin to set something up, this is a heck of a lot better situation than it was a few weeks ago, breaking the 50 line. And notice, it seems scary, but we haven't given up much in terms of price to get out of from overbought to oversold. So remember, you go back, 2 weeks here was the halving, incredibly, 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago. And that's your first 4-hour signal, first weekly signal in a long time. And not to mention the 4-hour signal, first one since the halving. The other reason why this is critical, we've talked about the latest formation being overbought, but yes, this too, just your typical M formation in the relative strength reading, this being our amplified reading, to set up to go to the 50. If you could get to the 50, we know what happens there, but I'm watching it. We're monitoring this closely because this could pivot back out, back into the overbought. It all depends on what HSI does. The thing is, you need to get to Sunday. let's get to Sunday. It's just, basically hunker down and realize this is a time game. Need to be patient within this range. Yes, you have. Look, a lot of this readings up here around 68, 69. Some individual weekly candle action here. Stalling, pausing, but we're looking at it more like here. We're looking at it more like back in early January, or dare I even say, go back over a year ago. This kind of flat line situation, and then we'll get a reading like an HSI signal. That's maybe not nearly as long or as sideways, but that's where you are. I mean, check it out. Similar condition where HSI, like you were here. Okay, didn't do much in terms of price, comes in, still required like a 4 to 6 week turnaround. That's where you are. Just understand that. Daily time frame is still in between. It's probably more indecisive on the daily time frame than anything else. The big trigger that we've been talking about, yes, is this last HSI signal, harmonic strength index signal. Just think of it as, harmonic relative strength. It does mean something. Last time we saw a bullish reading was back in February. Okay, no check back, no real, well, there was a check back. And it's interesting how HSI does that, but look, you registered here the following week, retested the low, and then you took off. Even better was that your yellow dot, that's our continuation signal, all right, where some pressure is going to come in, was much higher than where the trigger was, but still got you really going. So I'm looking at that whole area. I'm looking at what happens within this very tight rectangle formation. I think a lot of people are concerned that's going to break down, and what would that mean? I would think it would mean just a bigger, better opportunity than where you are currently. But it's more about time at the moment than price. Be patient with it. Yeah, hunker down. Let's hunker down, Paris, man. Let's go to the 19th hole. You know what I'm saying? Until November. Then we'll just come out and take a look at the portfolio. So 4-hour deal. That just happened as we started the show today. So be aware of that. We're close. Close here. Structurally, we would love to see the 60,000 be retested, and that would confirm the crab and go. But it's more about where the confirmation comes in. Here we go with the data feeds, but technically, at least on this data feed, it's tough to see, but you did have that 1 and 2. You did have a type 1 and then type 2 of multiple patterns here. Regardless, 61K, create a zone, 60,000 to 61.5. I think everyone agrees that that's your maximum support floor. I don't think anyone's looking for anything to quite moon just yet, but hey, we get, in terms of time, 4-hour chart. All right, we need to retest the 62.6 area and then get 2 more green bars. So that puts you into tomorrow, this weekend. What I'm saying is, don't be surprised if you just see this thing chop around for a little while longer to resolve what's going on. Do want to look at some of the big ones like Ethereum. There you go. And I think we're looking for opportunities. No doubt you're looking for where's this pullback going to set up the next launch pad. For Ethereum, it already structurally hit the type 2, but just like Bitcoin, okay, HSI just completed, just hit. Could be the first thing to be looking at in a while for Ethereum. And notice here on the daily, remember this, daily oversold, 4-hour patterns. In terms of time frame, for crypto, that's where we can find our big signals. And a lot of times comes down to what time frame are you looking at. Like if you're a day trader, where are you going to see the best insights? A 5-minute chart, a 1 minute, a 30-second, a 233 tick? Personally, I like the 30-second chart, 5-minute time frame with 5-minute signals, and then even I'll look at 5-second charts depending if it's, really moving around. With crypto, the big signals everybody wants, they're going to come off of daily oversold 4-hour patterns. Ethereum's got that. I mentioned this last time, and again, this is specific to the software. So the yellow dot, that's related to Harmonic Strength Index. And it's important to note that's proprietary signal. It's only on this platform. It's only with Harmonic Pattern Collection. It's something I released with the patterns. It just came from the research of finding what indicators, formula, how can we detect movement swings that move from one extreme to the next. Well, here you go. The way that it works is a little HSI arrow and then a retest. Usually if it's within a couple bars or more like the looping style, it doesn't matter. If it's within 30 or so, it will trigger. And that's what this is for Ethereum. And I mentioned when you see that dot, okay, wait for it to complete. It'll register on the close. And then what's the open of that bar? It doesn't matter if it's bullish signal or bearish signal. We're looking at the open because we get a little retest and then go. In the best signals, that's where Ethereum's at. And you want to just kind of highlight it generally. For us, that's 3,084. And we know 3,000 has been the floor. I mean, Ethereum down here at 3,000. Not to mention, it's already gone through over a 25% correction, which is remarkable. But set it up. I need a retest of that 4-hour structure here. Okay, can I get a dot on Ethereum? It would be the first dot on the 4-hour time frame, which is of note as well. That does happen. You can't really expect the thing to launch without some kind of confirmation at some point. And look, the crab did the first reaction to target 1, back to target 2. We should be going to target 2 eventually, but okay, high level HSI. Would you have missed that opportunity? Yeah, maybe, but that's all right. We see other stuff like Bitcoin that had the confirmation. A couple others. Something I'm watching with, where's Cardano? Up here, Cardano had a another daily pattern. Let me get the daily time frame. Coinbase, that had a 4-hour dot. And sorry, I think it's on the tether pair. Hold on, I have a crab pattern right off the top. There you go. Here it is. Okay, deep crab pattern. Right now, 38.9 cents. It's not on every data feed, but this KuCoin feed has the most patterns. And let the patterns frame out the obvious levels here where currently, you're in between on the lower end of the zone, 38. You're looking at Cardano. I know a lot of people are looking at Cardano. I think it has responded well, has produced a lot of patterns, although these are just more reaction setups, like 25 cents to 75 cents and then back down. This is probably another opportunity in this range, that area. So get in front of it. It's a daily structure. It's not daily oversold. It's a daily pattern there, just so you have some reference. Pretty clear what we should be looking for. This is not representative of a bullish opportunity, but Cardano comes back down and gets to say oversold here. Yeah, that lines up with the retest of the pattern. I would be looking at that. And there are a number of these patterns that are setting up. that are oversold. We just need triggers on them to make them opportunities. I think that's also something important people need to understand, that look, a pattern is a pattern. When you have confirmation and other technical elements that support it, especially 3 to 5 bar price action, yeah, I think that speaks of more of the opportunity. Here's another one, AVAX. So check it out. Deep crab is back here at 28. Okay, I'm waiting for the full test. We have a yellow dot here at around 33. Just know the broader range for this larger continuation, like come down to 28, is the ideal level, okay, for the weekly time frame to have the next leg. Basically, where's the launch pad? Do we do it from right from here, or are we going to actually get to the type 2 at 28? I'm personally waiting for type 2s across the board. At this point, we've come this far. Let it rip, and then again go back on Avalanche weekly time frame. Avalanche weekly time frame. This is the kind of thing you're really trying to size up. The recent retest with these big patterns looking left. Okay, where does this start the next wave? Yeah, I mentioned this on Tuesday really quick, but Axie Infinity. Hold on. Where's the weekly? No, daily. Big daily pattern. Butterfly here. Yellow dot. Here's what has happened with a lot of these kind of T-coin. Why aren't they exploding right now? Because they went up. A lot of them just generated HSI yesterday. A little pivot out on Axie. I brought this up on Tuesday. It hit HSI, rolled over. What does that mean? It's going to take more time, but I'm still looking for this back 680. Will we come all the way back to XA at 580? Possibly, but just line it up with the next daily oversold. That's a pattern where your confirmation's flipped versus something like, sorry, really quick. Where's right up here, sorry, BNB. Hold on one second. No, that's different. Sorry. It was Bonk. So Bonk, big pullback. It's up today. Here you go. Yeah, it's up like 20% today. Hold on. 4 hour. Where was this? It was okay. It was deep crab, the 4 hour pattern. Daily oversold. Go to that daily oversold on Bonk. I think I got that wrong. Hold on, guys. Let me come back to this. Let me go back to BNB. I think I wanted to talk about a couple of things here. No, wait, it was in the B. It's big time. Okay, big time. Here it is. Daily. Check it out. It's a big pattern. It overshot. There's the type 2. You guys, I'm off here because that's another counter HSI right there at 2150. I knew it was in the B. Here's Beam. Another daily oversold HSI up here. All right, I think there was something else I was looking for. Let me move on because I wanted to get to BNB. Anyway, I haven't talked about BNB in a while. Watching BNB closely, the weekly time frame looks like this. Check it out. Big shark pattern up here. We already had the check back. What needs to happen? One yellow dot, one weekly close of a yellow dot. So watch this test. This is it's pretty crazy what's going on with BNB in general. You know, I really think it's the narrative here matches up with massive patterns. But this is a big one to watch because of that completion. And you've already checked back on BNB. Now, what am I looking for? I'm looking for one weekly red bar. Keep an eye on that. Couple more. Let's go to XRP. Let me tell you how much I really think XRP is special, right? What do you guys think of XRP? Because I think XRP is going to go down as one of the classic patterns. Now, why I say this, big shout out to the chat, but we want to see this yellow dot this week. This is what I wanted to get to. Sorry, guys. I had like two different things I wanted to talk about here, and this was the other one. Just confusing this with BNB and big time. But XRP has this yellow dot, and this is the thing with the triggers being there, that they're not all going to have the same they're not all going to be set off at the same place. But this is a big deal for XRP. And I know folks have been frustrated with XRP, but we need to see a bullish candle right here. The yellow dot is printing. Okay. That makes next week maybe the first week we've seen since all the way back here, since the bottom, as a potential starting point for the larger move. Okay, and the fact that the weekly dot, okay, this is where lining up our crypto and then utilizing what we have here, okay, to an advanced degree, is where we're going to pivot off of signals. We want signals like that, where we've already retested this for a year, 2 years. That's fine. You made a type 1 test. Okay, wait for Sunday. Wait for Sunday on XRP and then get into next week. And I would say this. I highlighted the strategy of the yellow dot earlier with Bitcoin, saying, okay, let the yellow dot complete and then look at the open of that bar. So the open of the bar this week, 52.47, 52.47 cents. That should be a trigger area next week where you come back, retest it, and then go. I would say, dare I say, something like this. Ideally, it happens in 1 week, 2 weeks, but hey, it can be like that. But for all the stuff that we do, XRP, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. A couple more big cap. What about some of these meme coins? Come on. Really? What is Doge for real? Is this going to do something? What's going on up here? Doge, I'm fairly impressed. Okay, this one, this move has been different, where we're holding a high level. What's the 4-hour time frame? There you go. Okay, just like Bitcoin, and look at how they're all generating HSI arrows on the 4-hour now. First one we've seen in probably 2 weeks. The perfect pattern, though, is a retest 13.4 cents, that bat. Okay, be aware of it. You're getting close. You're getting close. Sometimes the confirmation is going to take a week. Sometimes it could take 3 weeks, or happen in 3 days. That's our job. That's our job. Kind of marry the commitment of the analysis and the action at the right time. Doge. Is Doge a head and shoulders? I don't think so. I think it's probably about the weekly time frame of, making that base become something more. What's the go to the daily? You're probably referring to the daily? No. No, you need to be, listen, with the head and shoulders pattern, everybody started with a head and shoulders pattern. Okay, you need symmetry. In the volume 3 book, which I'd love to reference right now, Stephanie, but can't, please. Head and shoulders, okay? Left shoulder, right shoulder, down. Now look at the symmetry. Equivalent time frames. Basically that left shoulder, about 18, 19 days. So this has to be 18, 19 days, which it is a little bit more, probably, a little more than 20. So then go up and become another 18, 19 days. You know what I'm saying? That's more like it. You could try to grab that as a shoulder, but that's really fudging it. That would have to be your head and shoulders, but not there yet. How about the Pepes and Shibs and dog whiff coins? Like, I'm impressed with the volume and what Shib is doing. I have no. If you ask me what the purpose of Shib is, I couldn't tell you. Okay, but I'll look at the chart and say, that's an impressive recovery so far. And remember what we said about those that can do the 3A2. I mean, you're just hitting. We got to go back data feed, obviously, which is the longest data feed. I guess I really should be on Binance here, but hey, all-time 382. Did we get there? Are we above it? Yeah, we got above it. And if anything, maybe that's a B point. And then you go to an 886 as your ultimate end-all, be-all goal. Okay, that's possible here. So what we do need, you need a trigger to the right. You need a C point. That's really what we want, C point on your favorite speculative assets like that. Where's the Pepes of the world? That Pepe. Because that's another one where I don't know what it is. And why would people throw the money into it? Don't know, but look at that. That's remarkable. There you go. One of the strongest crypto, actually, the whole time here, within this pullback the last month. And what's the other one? Oh, there's a ton of those others. Hey, I do want to show you guys. Let's go to some a little more serious AI stuff. Here's Render. Thank you, Miss Stephanie. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I really need that. Appreciate that. Now I can go reference the site. Thank you. Render, folks. Type 1, bat pattern, 707, but there's the confirmation. So ride that till the next HSI level. Almost got there recently. If Render could come back for the 2, type 2, that would be a substantial opportunity for Render, probably the first one since the low. I like that a lot. The other one, Fetch AI, come on. What are we doing with this? I sold more of it. Okay, I told you guys I'm out of like half of that position. It's really, this is the part of crypto where I have a tough time giving back 30%, 40%, and even if it's all gain, I struggle with it. Probably lose some sleep over it. It's and look at the chart. I mean, again, that's nothing more than a flesh wound, really. Okay, boomer reference, but and what is fetch here? What's that? 50% retracement of that gain. That's a lot. I certainly I'm going to bump stops on the rest of it. We really should not see this thing under $2 or under 220. Do I have anything here on Fetch AI 4-hour time frame? Here we are. HSI is oversold. And let's go back to what happened right off the top. It's a bat. It's a bat. Ugly bat, but it did the dance, the 1 and the 2. Type 1, there's your 2, but really ugly. It has to, look, when this happens and you overrun your zones, okay, you wait for the dot. I mean, there's the dot with the the open retest, and we should get another one here. That puts, around 220 generally. Got to hold. Your hop level at 223, that's relevant. And what are you thinking here? That it absolutely is the floor going forward. And then the 223 or 220 level doesn't spend much more time down here, and you start to make your move. Really, back up, at least retest that pattern to 340. I think that's possible, but the 4-hour time frame literally just triggered not too long ago. Look at the Nasdaq making a little comeback. Interesting. We'll get to the Nasdaq in a second. One or two more, folks. Just talking big harmonic patterns, okay? I really want to focus on stuff like this. Here's Filecoin. Daily time frame, really nice. I mean, that's the thing you want to see. You want to be at 760 in a month, looking back and saying, yeah, I was in front of this one. Okay, looking anywhere here, 540. Even that little open trigger, that bar is $6. So under $6 on Filecoin, you're looking for that move. And I haven't looked at ICP in a while. That was definitely, people were chasing that. Now look what happened. That thing chased to 20 and it came off. A couple of daily oversolds here. I think there's a 4-hour bat. 4-hour bat. Crab. Hold on. It's close. I think, yeah, it is. There's a bat down here and perfect. God, look at that. Type 1, perfect type 1. But get ready, because we know that the type 2 is where the meteor opportunities come in. So if we get down to 12, 20, you have a 4-hour level, you're getting really close. You're definitely oversold. Daily oversold. Dailies, no, not yet. I would look for that one more test. That would be the 2 of 2. Here, ICP. Okay. It's 1220. You're 1370, but you already did the first reaction move that you had to do. And you went back to back. You went big bat here, small bat, set you back down. One or two more. Yeah, who put that up? Stepdad. What's up, Stepdad? Yeah, ALEPH. That had a big pattern there too. AL. Is it Alphium? Alphium. We did Pepe. What's up, Crypto Hammer? We did Pepe. Scroll back about literally 5 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago. Alphium. ALEPH. Maybe that's not the one. ELEPH. RESPECT. Alphium V2. That's on Coinbase, so at least it's got a major listing. Wasn't that daily? It had a dot. I thought that was a bat. Hey, let's go back. Actually, one that does have a pattern here. We talked about this last time, and look what it did. It's coming all the way back. H bar. Okay, H bar doubled. It was nuts. Doubled off of that shark and was 18 at the high, and then cut in half 2 days later. Look, where's a oversold? Because again, is that a first thrust thing, or is that some kind of major breakout? H bar does have this to contend with. Pretty crazy, right? Weekly. Look at that. It was deep. it was a crab, a regular crab that got rejected by the hop. There's the weekly HSI dot. So yeesh, back at 8 cents, could be, or 9 cents, maybe 8.8. But the weekly, there was also this. Maybe it was a daily. Hold on. Let me come back. There's a big pattern that it needs to come back and retest on H bar. It was the bat here. I don't know where it was right there at 8 cents. Yeah. Yeah, I'll come back to this. I'm looking though for this actually to come all the way back to about, was it 9.8 at a minimum? It was around 9. Just typical crypto, you know, and when it moons like that and you're up 100% in 2 days, you have to check it and expect retracement. And nothing's mooning yet. What's up? You guys want to look at Gala, chomping at the bit on Gala. A quick update. Remember, Gala is a 4-hour, a daily oversold for sure. And then we had this 4-hour pattern, bat pattern, right at 3.9. And what's going on here is you had some HSI overbought for a little while, but retesting the zone. There's a yellow dot that just registered around 4.6. I mean, again, you've got patterns here. This is one of them. There's your daily oversold at 3.9. But here's what happened. Look, you hit an HSI signal. Probably going to have to retest a little bit more. I'm still long that. Still have a chunk, you know, and I am trying to play these for the larger development moves. You know, we got in all the way down here in like 2 cents. So no doubt letting half of that be given back is not what I want to do, but the goal here is our longer term swing style. At least I'm sticking with that. Same with Phantom, FTM, all of those. And Phantom, daily. Yeah, daily. The reason why I like Phantom, here you go with complex return. Look, M formation all the way down, got oversold right around 60 cents. And now this is the thing. If you're looking for development, if you're looking for crypto price action that really starts to move, not just stabilize, but move, this is an important step in the process. You get above the 50 level on, that could be standard RSI or the amplified, doesn't matter. But that's a big thing coming up. A lot of these, listen, we have oversold patterns. We have oversold triggers, confirmation. Yeah, a lot of it is our proprietary readings. Yes, you can look at relative strength, but they're all oversold. Okay, now we got to spot them up for where are these oversold structures and signals become real opportunities. That's the goal here. That's what we're doing. A lot of them look like maybe they need a couple more days. Some of them look like they could get going now. Like XRP is a great example of something look like it's trying to put something together. Here's Chainlink. This is one that maybe needs a little bit more time. Daily oversold dot, but that's down to like 12. I know this is like a butterfly or something here. Deep crab. And it did the T1, so take a look. 4-hour pattern, check. Daily oversold, yes. Where's the real launch pad on Chainlink? Come on up. Type 1. Ooh, come on, what are you doing? And then come on back down. XA level, 1349. You're not too far. You know, a little 10% dip puts you in business. Mitt Call is asking, why on some coins have we lost long-term view at capturing 382 of strength? It's not that it's lost the view, and we talked about that as well. Okay, it's just that if things are starting to move right now, like think about AI, think about Fetch, think about AGIX, and the crypto coins that did really move the first half. All right, they've got a lot of action built into them. Fetch AI, AGIX. I mean, here's AGIX. 64 was a deep crab. Now you have a shark. All right, here's the daily, a yellow dot around 76 cents. But then we pull this out. All right, and looking at other coins that did crazy things last cycle, where they go further than just the measured move. Okay, further than a 3618. 3618 would be a phenomenal thing. AGIX 314 minimum here in the weekly of the last cycle is still a double from where you are. But what you're really thinking about here are those crypto coins and projects that on the run are going to do something crazier beyond the 3618 and do that moon phase. And you go back to the last cycle. Where was it? It was yeah, it's things like, let me even with something as simple as Cardano. Hold on, I got to get a good chart on Cardano with data. There's the Binance feed. This is kind of what I'm talking about. You have a measured move. It's important to realize that, you know, if things are going to go bonkers, I'm happy with 3618 moves if we capture if that's all we capture on all of these. Okay, but if things are going to go bonkers beyond the 3618, like that at 135 and it goes to $3, I mean, it seems like you're not missing out on too much. But if you're down here at Cardano at 10 cents, it's absolutely a difference between 10 and like 30, 25, 30x. But there's your 3618. And I encourage you to just go back to the last cycle and apply the maximum 3618 measurement to your favorite crypto that did the moon, because they usually go bonkers. Like you'll unsustainably will go crazy beyond that, and maybe even the monthly chart is better, because once the monthly turns, you know, look out. Something like that might be better to look at that. But that's what we're looking for. That's how we're trying to separate those that have gone bonkers or could possibly go bonkers versus those that haven't moved. Something like that. Or what's the, oh, I don't know, like EOS. You know, you get the picture. If here's EOS, and I'm not singling this out for any reason other than I'm on the E's and I'm just thinking of things from last cycle that haven't done anything. That's, you know, maybe we get to an all-time 382 in a crazy speculative move. The market goes crazy and everything will pop, at least because the, you know, asset allocation. But I'd rather buy patterns that have already come off the floor and have done some kind of retracement pattern than something like this. There's not much I can really expect, and maybe I'd be totally wrong on this. There's just not a lot to go on where, you know, I'm going to expect more than nominal big thrust move, and that's it. One or two more, because I got to get moving on. Tau, Bit and Soar. That was a good one. That one skyrocketed, but I don't think there's anything on that yet. Yeah, there was a shark. It was a daily on the MEXC exchange, but nothing there really. Just look. There's not every one of these is going to have a harmonic pattern every time. I can't offer. Yeah, you're oversold, but there's no structure. No 4-hour pattern. Last one. Okay, yeah, Injective. You got it, William. And that's a good one. I mean, that one's pulled back, it's got some patterns down here. Thought it had some patterns down here. Maybe I'm thinking that's Immutable X. Injective, not, yeah, you're daily oversold, but you did generate HSI. That's a little bit different. Maybe back at 22. Anything on the 4 hour? I don't have much there. Yeah, a couple of crab 4 hour patterns. Okay. Maybe 26 where it is now, but you'd have to hold. I think there's better patterns coming together. Was it Immutable X? Yes, it was Immutable X. Here you go. Big crab. But where's the bat? I had a big bat right here at like $1.90. We talked about this last time. Maybe it was on the daily. It was on the daily. Right here at the 886, like 190. I don't know why it's not popping up. There, I think we did the same thing last time. I was like, why isn't that coming up? It's a Gartley at the 886, but it's close. I will show you one more, okay, that is really close. Curve, Finance, bunch of dots. That's a type 2. My only problem here is you have a HSI counter dot. So expect more time or a retest of that area around 42, 41, 42, but you're really close. I mean, these are the places to be looking for oversold signals. That's, I think, fundamentally that Tau Bittensour or whatever probably has a better following by far than Curve Dow, but Curve Dow is in a better spot. Let's jump over to the markets, guys. Now, really quick before I do, I got to show you total index. Just quick update on the total index. That too. Here's total index. It did kiss the HSI. Okay, so this move currently, I like what I see here in total index. I just wanted to highlight that happened yesterday on the close. Just keep an eye on it. Meanwhile, this is also an important deal. Just so you know that crypto is not too far. I mean, people are freaking out about crypto, frankly. And even if it came in, consider that a gift. But when you're looking at total crypto market cap that got oversold, you had a double bottom here in the last, 10 days. We don't get oversold too frequently like this. Last time, you go back to end of January. You know what happened. And I would think that this is even a better spot. And I again, come back to these complex formations. I need to show you guys where to get that. Looks like this. Keep your eye on this. We might be talking about this on Tuesday. This is another situation where a few more days, if we can break this downtrend and pop out of the 50 and resume back up, that's a big deal. Okay, it doesn't look like much of what's happening now. These are the things we want to be sizing up. Again, I think next week is a critical, pivotal week. Yeah, check out render. We did render. We're looking for a little lower test on that, retest on render. Sure, I'm trying to keep my eyes on the chat on you guys today. Why not segue to the stocks? Things like miners, like Marathon Digital. Okay, shark pattern in a type 1. We talked about that Tuesday. Nice progress. This is only a type 1, so if we pop the 24, folks, that's probably the move for now. But I like it. These are starting to really build. Clean Spark, gotta be, and anyone can explain why Clean Spark has done as well as it's done. Was that Clean Spark was it's a 4 hour, around 14 back to back here, but that's probably maybe it was Riot. Riot blockchain back down. There it is. It's a crab type 2 on the 4 hour. Okay, perfect. Right at the hop. Now, only thing I'm looking at right here is expect maybe this HSI at 12 bucks to cap this progress for now. You might get another opportunity. Maybe next week back in 11, 10 or 11. But at least that's building, and we go back out to the weekly. Look, we know what's here. I talked about that last time. You're looking for a throwdown confirmation. Look, this is oversold. Riot is, I got to highlight this because it's big. It's if you're not looking at these kind of combinations or the way this stuff's coming together, you'll miss it. But there's a dot, and we are checking back right around 830, major support. Okay, you check back one and one more green week, and you'll get another dot like back here or back here, or even some of these nominal ones. They were all the early signals to be able to get out of the zone. And look, the zone is 10 bucks for an eventual cycle move to the 382, 32.79. Thank you, A1. I appreciate that. He says CleanSpark has the cheapest cost to mine overhead. That's excellent information. Thank you. That's kind of information that I think that helps the community. Let's go to Coinbase. As we segue to the stock market here, Coinbase is wrestling this bat pattern right off the low on a weekly. Okay. What would I want to see? Hold on. What I'd want to see is this thing to get oversold back in the zone on a weekly basis. It's not there yet. And take a look at the complex structure. So here we go again with this M formation. This is for Coinbase, folks. We're trying to size up the next opportunity for Coinbase to get long, no doubt. Here we are with the M formation. Go down. We have to go to the 50 level, so we're close, but not there yet. And obviously, everyone's looking, or at least respecting, this 50 midline. The difference is that the complex structure, the way we treat it, hit the 50, and it has to have a return move. That's where we would look for the next upswing. Let me go back here. Let me see if, yeah, come back. And that's weekly. Here's the daily. And the daily shows it better because, look, I'm not showing the price chart yet, but think of it this way. You can highlight the RSI. This is amplified RSI. We're just looking at those readings, okay? So if I know that that's an M formation, it gets to the 50. This is where I start to look. In this case, it goes all the way oversold. So definitely set it up. Now let's look at the price chart. Where is that? Where does that happen? Right in the price chart. Oh, right around 130 before going to 265, 275. Same kind of a deal. That's what you're looking for on Coinbase. And this is the other way to look at it. Don't despair. I mean, really, some people are like, I'm going to sell everything. And I just, listen, there's going to be more of this. We want to size up these opportunities. So Coinbase, you tell me, a couple of daily dots here would be really nice. There's one. We had 1, 2 last time in that general area. Don't despair. Let's get to the Qs. What are the Qs doing? Got oversold last week. Okay. I have been talking about this big pattern forever. There you go. It's a shark on the QQQ. 445 hop. We had a dot. Looking for the pause. It's a little bit more than a pause. Okay. I will say that. This is, to go from 445 to 425. You overshot it by 10, 2%, 2.5%. But this is, again, another reason why we look at this stuff. HSI is hitting oversold. We're almost at the limit. Probably need, like crypto, need to get into next week, but we're hitting oversold this week. And I'd say it's a lot like last August. So last August we're like there, we hit the following week, you go sideways for 6 weeks and then you resume. That's probably what you're looking at. Here comes the complex structure as well. Look, complex down, HSI confirming, same deal. Software showing us this. Complex structure, oversold, hit the 50, your red line is on. Ride the trend line. This is what we'll be looking at next week. Okay, let this air come out of the tire, and then when we get the resumption to get back above that trend line, okay, you'll have my attention. And that's probably in a 2 to 4 week time frame window, where what are you looking for? This kind of a deal. You're going to look for an arrow, a dot, a high level, something high level up here, maybe next week. And I still say this is the contained range for now. It's I'm throwing in the towel. I'm not, look, typical reaction off the hop level, but that's all it is. It might end up being a lot like what we saw here on the initial test. Type 1, okay, reaction. We were saying that all summer long, and then you go back down and make a new oversold reading, HSI, and resume. Despite what happened with Meta, so here's Meta. There you go, Meta. There's a trend channel on Meta. Oversold, currently oversold on the weekly, even better. And look, today looks scary. It's probably an opportunity once we pivot out like we did back in August. Okay, so don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Look for this kind of development here. Literally, it might be a couple of weeks there, but you're already at the 50 line. HSI probably pivots next week or in a couple, 2 or 3 week process, and then let's go, resume it again. I'm not too concerned. If it's, there's a dot. We're bullish daily today. Okay, you're oversold. Yeah, start looking next week. Start looking next week. What's up, Jay? Yeah, Jay, we caught that. So yeah, this morning you were on that session. So maybe I should highlight that because we've had a lot of the same kind of triggers on 5-minute charts. Jay's referring to, let me bring it up here in a second. I'll bring it up in a second. Meanwhile, guys, get over to Harmonic Trader. How about we give away a book, The Harmonic Trader? First person to type that in, I'll give away the Harmonic Trader signed for you folks. I told you guys I'm giving some stuff away for the people that are still here. If you're international, you're going to have to take a 30-day gold membership because the books are just not getting overseas. It's amazing. All right, what's up, Pappy? Chukartekaria Pappy, you win. You got to contact Miss Stephanie on the Discord. We'll give away one more book before I get out of here because I got to get to a couple of things. But this is a good one, and I think we're long overdue, guys, for one of those workout sessions, like where I'm just clicking the button. I think we're going to have to do one of those because the trading stuff is really important just to get this on the same kind of time frame, but just it happens a lot faster, and I think people get more out of those sessions. I think they're a compliance nightmare, quite frankly. I used to be a registered investment advisor, and I basically quit because the level of compliance after 2010 was insanity. So I'm going to figure that out, but we really need to do that again. So this morning, hold on. This is this morning. Oh yeah, here we go. I guess was that yesterday? No, that was this morning where we're looking for 17,320 on the open. and that thing dropped all the way to, it was right down to target 1. Couple things really quick. Here were the signals we were looking at overnight. Yeah, I have to go into the pre-market. There it is. Pre-market was here. There you go. So a whole lot of really nice patterns. There you go. That was yesterday afternoon. A lot of great patterns on 30-second charts. Remember, I look for 5-minute HSI dots and 30-second time frames. And look, 30-second works better, in my opinion, than the 1-minute chart. I mean, look at that zone, especially the hop levels. Let's really quick. Let's look at NQ futures at the moment. What's happened so far today? Where's the last 5-minute HSI? Oh, look at this. It's probably even bigger. Right at 17.5. So as we've been in this session today, right back to 17.5. But I see a big Gartley here. Why not? Why isn't that not popping up? 30. Let's go 30-minute time frame. Well, it's a target 1 on the bat, and we do have number of patterns here around 17.3. What started this last week was this bat pattern, like 17.8, 17.7. How far are we going to go on this move? Like, is this it? Because same thing with a daily level, you have HSI that triggered. Are we going to check back? Basically, is the market going to turn around here and continue what we started 18 months ago? Because that's what's at stake. I want to just point out this, okay? Every one of these arrows is harmonic strength index. So we just need to review what to expect. Sharp continuation, retest in September, sharp continuation, slight retest, and then continuation, slight retest, and then continuation. Every bullish one worked out, going back to the low. So I want you guys to be aware that we are really close in that zone. It's, usually a maximum like 6 to 8 window. And for the futures, if we get back to 17,130, that's the check back point, if we check back. But we're really close. I mean, you're here oversold as well on amplified. That's daily. So it's a big deal. And you want to know where to be concerned? It's not till under really 16.8. For the whole year for Nasdaq, you've only retraced. This is 2024. So another reason why to get a little perspective, you're still nicely up for the year. I think we're at the 618. No, 7. We're at the 707. So 70%, 75% maybe. Do we go to the 886? Well, you fail any close really under like 17.2, then you know it's going to be deeper. For right now, all right, you're oversold. I'd say a couple more days. A lot of this stuff is pointing to next week. Before I get off of tech, let's again go to NVIDIA. What's there? Daily oversold. Not HSI is a little distorted, but you're looking in this 800 level, certainly. There's the 4-hour chart. Still early. I'm not too concerned about that. A couple of big things that I am looking at. Let's go to, where's Dell Computer? Here you go. So Dell Computer has been remarkably strong. And you're back here, another daily high-level HSI. Listen, if you're looking for stocks that are trending, which you should be, this is one of them. Okay, this is if you haven't looked at Dell since the year 2000, which probably most people haven't. This has been really strong, trending higher. Every HSI has been a really solid entry for the continuation. Nothing changes. Nothing changes there. And on the daily chart, we had a beautiful Gartley down here. There you go. Look at that. Type 2 completed this morning. That's a real-time hour, so here's extended, but you guys get the picture, okay? That's one of several that have completed. I think the real-time was the chart I was referencing. We're 119.77. I mean, that's it. That's a great example of a high-level continuation. One other one that hasn't really moved yet is Cisco, but pattern down here. Where are you going? There you go. T2 off the crab, that's a daily, right here on 47.76. Earnings are what, next month? Yeah, keep an eye on this one. Would prefer to have seen confirmation to the right here, but I think we're close either way. I'm really, I think this is, oh, got a weekly, yeah, some weekly action. 48. Let me just kind of cruise by the SPY, S&P 500. All we're really thinking about here is what's it going to do at 500. Psychologically, here's HSI at 500 on the SPY. Ooh, shark pattern too. Some of these did generate high level patterns. I want to see SPY. I would love to see it check back 495, but either way, you're really close. Really close for next week. Yeah. SPY setting up. Anything under 500 is probably a buy. Same with the diamonds. That hasn't really gotten too hit yet. But again, another oversold trigger down here. 376. Yeah, I'm not really too concerned. It's just a correction of this year's gains. And you do have HSI right now. It probably triggers today, but easily we could be squeezed here. Yeah, 375. You're going to check that back in a couple of days. I don't expect much to go down here other than a retest of some obvious levels, 375, maybe 372, and then we kind of wash out this correction. We are close. We are close. The weeklies like this. Okay, deep crab at the top. That's been getting projected for a while, but the weekly is oversold too. This is a tough read. I think it's good that we look at this phenomenon because you have a pattern, but now we're oversold. That can easily just be a reaction. And I'm looking at this literally like next week. Turn around. If that pivots back up, then we know the reaction is just about over for that move. Let's go to gold, talk about reaction. Last week, we talked about the big 1618 at 2400, 2430. This, basically there from last March right up to the 1618. I mean, all of the institutional guys, yeah, they use this. They do with the gold market. They've been doing it for decades. They respect those ratios. Gold is remarkably harmonic. Don't know why, but it is. And what would a 382 to 50 level be? Hold on. Kind of like this for gold. And gold's important. You don't want gold to be skyrocketing, expecting equities to continue as it has been. It's like this. 1618. And then can we get to a 382? 2100s, 2200. That's probably the next buy. That's 140 lower. Crude oil, same deal. Taking its time. Look, crude oil is strong. Okay, trying to break out of that downtrend, multi-year downtrend, and your daily chart has higher targets. There you go. Oh, we got to go back to 2003. Target 2 off the crab is like 96. And then like the regular markets, look, HSI generated 2 days ago. So I'm watching crude oil. I don't know if we're going to get, can we get this shark to 50, 86 to 76 and then go, or is it right there? I think next week, a lot of this just triggered in the last day or two. Take a look at that next week. Can't do Nicola, or, you know, we can't do any of those. Look, those low floaters are not the type you want to be chasing in this market. A couple questions on, like, I see you guys on, like, Nicola and KLA or speculative stuff like that. What is that, pennies now? Yeah, there's nothing you can do. I mean, look, even if that did bounce, it's a beautiful shark. It's not worth it. There's better opportunities in this market than that. And I go with the other one, which is Rivian, which looks like that on the weekly. All the way at the hop at 728, but why mess with it? Why would you mess with something like that? Really quick, I want to show you guys, do a quick review on dollar yen before we get out of here. Dollar yen, not the futures, come on. Dollar yen's got major patterns right here at 155, and it's almost like a binary thing. It's either, hold on one second, it's either 155 or 168. Looks like, come on, looks like this. And it's happening literally, keeps happening, keeps going up. And I'm watching, we're at 155.43, literally today. I mentioned this last week. I will be reviewing this as kind of really the representative market for dollar currency markets. It's a massive type 2 with a yellow dot, and I'm looking for a daily, weekly reversal right at this level. If not, then something's up. There's the weekly, and weekly's even better. Look at that chart on weekly. Type 1 reaction, type 2, you check back. You need one bearish week. You're right at the hop level as we speak. This is a really big deal for next week, next month even. If we're going to have more of the dollar type issues, and especially rates, okay, it happens above 155. And it could be something like what we saw the last pattern failure, which is here, this Gartley off the low. You hit the Gartley and you shoot right through it. We see that in about a week or two. Something's up. Something's up with the dollar that you want to pay attention to. Okay, but I'm thinking this stalls out. Give me one bearish candle to start to consider the possibility of that type 2. It's an easy request, especially for the type 2s. They take more time. They're hitting the zone, but where's no yellow dot yet? Hitting the hop level now, and take a look at where the current confirmation is. You're back into the zone. That's going to be huge. I mean, if something goes squarely where yen runs to like 158, 160, this dollar story is going to get interesting. Let's give away one more. Your choice, Harmonic Trader or Gold membership. Type in Harmonic Trader. And before I get out of here, let's take a look. Markets are, popping a little bit. The Qs off of the 5-minute. Here you go. 5-minute. Yeah, that Gartley. But it's our deep crab right there. It's only a type 1. So let's look for this later today, guys. Back down to 419. If we come back, that would be a really nice type 2 for the Qs to try to stabilize here after the retest of 424. Remember, look, you got this 4-hour, a lot of 4-hour stuff we still have to resolve. So don't be looking for anything, I think, until next week. If you're looking for a turn, you have a little more work. We'll come back on Tuesday and hit it. Freeze wants to look at Microsoft. We get out of here. They have earnings today, right? Same deal. Look, daily oversold, 4-hour patterns. Anything there on Microsoft? Maybe. 4-hour pattern, shark. That will be my response on most of these. Like, are we, is it daily oversold? There's an arrow, any yellow dot? Not yet, but getting there, really close. 4-hour pattern, somewhere down here, like 390, 387. Yeah, I'd start looking at that. We'll talk about it Tuesday. Look, I think there's plenty of time. Was that earnings today? Probably. But it doesn't matter. For me, the earnings plays, you want to play earnings, that's great. It's usually kind of a unilateral move. I'm looking for the bigger formations, confirmations. What's the next leg going to be? I mean, we're oversold, guys. That's why I really wanted to talk about it. We now need those triggers. They come next week. All right. LG, I think you won that Harmonic Trader, man. No, you didn't. Sorry. Clickbait, you win it. You got to contact Miss Stephanie over on the Discord here, okay? Get on the Discord. If you're not aware, listen, go to harmonictrader.com. All right, become a free basic member. And then you can access all that information, register there, log in. There you go. Log in. Way to go, Stephanie. Log in. And then everything we talked about today is on the basic members page, especially those RSI formations. They're on volume 2. You guys have any questions, send me a note, harmonictrader@gmail.com. Until then, till Tuesday, have a great weekend, as always.